My cheating wife proposed an open marriage so she could keep sleeping with her affair partner, but now she's furious that I'm dating her best friend. She wanted freedom. Until she realized I moved on with someone who actually respects me. Let's be more open-minded. We were married for 9 years, and for most of it, I thought we were doing okay. Sure, life got busy, the spark dimmed a little, but I never thought it was broken. Then, one Thursday night, over a half glass of Merlot, she looked at me and said, "I think we should try an open marriage." I blinked. "Come again?" She smiled casually, like she was offering to rearrange furniture. "We are still young, still hot. Maybe exploring would spice things up, keep things exciting." My stomach dropped, but I stayed calm. "This wouldn't have anything to do with you already seeing someone, would it?" She flinched just a second, but it was there. "That's not fair." "It's a question. No one owns anyone, babe. This is about growth, about freedom, about being honest with our needs." She was already speaking in TED Talk quotes. And just like that, I saw it, the guilt beneath the performance. She already had someone, probably had for a while, and now she wanted a permission slip to keep going. What I said. Okay. What I meant was, game on. I told her I'd think about it. A week later, I said yes. And just like that, she lit up, new clothes, late nights, gym every day, constant texting. I didn't ask who. I didn't care. Not really. Because I was already planning something better. Enter Rachel. Rachel was her best friend. They'd been close for years, drinks every other Friday, vacations, endless calls. But unlike my wife, Rachel never made me feel small. She asked how I was doing, actually listened, and when I told her what was happening, she was furious on my behalf. She proposed an open marriage just to keep cheating, Rachel said. I think she wants me to think it's mutual. What a joke. We started talking more, and when I suggested we go to lunch, just as friends, she agreed. That lunch turned into dinner into a weekend, and by the end of the month, we weren't pretending anymore. But we kept it quiet because I wanted my wife to feel like she was in control, until she realized she wasn't. The game she thought she was winning. At first, she was thriving, late-night outings, bold makeup, that fake laugh she used to impress strangers. She'd text me at 11 p.m. from across the city, "Don't wait up." I never replied. And that made her more smug. In her mind, this open marriage had given her the perfect double life, a stable home and wild side flings. What she didn't know was she was the only one playing checkers. I'd already started playing chess with Rachel. Rachel changed everything. Rachel wasn't just someone to get back at my wife with. She actually listened to me. She asked about my work, my family, my music. She respected boundaries, made me laugh without mocking me, and never once played games. But she also had history with my wife. So when we started getting closer, Rachel did something unexpected. "I need to be honest," she said. "If this goes any further, I want her to know it came from you, not me." I agreed, because I wanted my wife to know I hadn't just moved on, I had upgraded to someone who saw my worth. The shift begins. 2 weeks later, she walked into the house with a weird energy, not her usual smugness, more distracted. "Hey," she said, "have you talked to Rachel lately?" I shrugged. "Not really." "Why?" "No reason. Just. She's been weird." "Cold?" I sipped my coffee. "Maybe she's busy." She stared at me a second too long. Something clicked behind her eyes. "Wait, are you seeing someone?" I set my mug down slowly. "We agreed on an open marriage, right?" She stiffened. "So you are?" "Yeah." The silence that followed was beautiful. "Who is she?" she demanded. "Why does it matter?" "Because I didn't think you'd actually do it." Ah, there it was, the truth behind her freedom. She never wanted equality, just permission to cheat without guilt. Now that I had taken my freedom, she was choking on it. She pressed. I smiled. "Just tell me who it is," she said, voice tight. "Someone who actually respects me." She flinched. "That's cruel." "So is sneaking around behind someone's back and dressing it up as honesty." Her face crumbled. "This isn't how I thought this would go." I stood, walking past her. "Number one, it's exactly how you designed it." The day she found out started with passive aggression, slammed drawers, half-washed dishes, silent treatment. She thought it would sting. I didn't bite. If anything, I became more relaxed, happier. The tension in the house was one-sided. Now she was waiting for me to break, to explain, to chase. I didn't. Instead, I left for a quiet dinner with Rachel. The accidental discovery. The next day, I came home to find her pacing the living room with a half-broken wine glass in hand. "Rachel," she said, eyes wide. "Rachel?" I raised an eyebrow. "Something wrong?" "I saw you with her at the bistro on Main Street." So that's how it happened. We'd gotten comfortable, careless, and she finally caught a glimpse of what real respect looked like. "You were dating my best friend." "Correction, you were sleeping with someone behind my back." "I'm building something real with someone who's never lied to me." She was trembling. She knew everything about us, about me. Yeah, that's why she was so disgusted. Her jaw dropped. I can't believe she'd do this to me. I tilted my head. "You asked for freedom. I just used it better." The meltdown begins. She went on a tear. She called Rachel 8 times in 1 hour, blocked. She texted mutual friends, trying to smear both of us. She even messaged Rachel's ex, trying to warn him. It backfired. One friend finally told her, "You made your bed. You don't get to scream because someone else lay in it after you left." She stopped showing up to her girls' nights, deleted her socials, and worst of all for her, Rachel didn't even acknowledge the drama because we were too busy being me. A perfectly timed invitation a few weeks later, I hosted a small dinner with friends. Yes, Rachel was there. Yes, my wife had to walk past us to get her mail. She stopped in the driveway. I watched from the kitchen window as she stared at the lights, the laughter, the life she could have had. Rachel glanced over and smiled softly. She never thought you'd actually be the one to move on. I nodded. That's because she thought she had more value than honesty, her freedom, my future. She used to strut, that's the only word for it, this overconfident, exaggerated energy she wore like a crown. But now she lurks, hunched shoulders, avoids eye contact, no makeup, like the weight of her own decisions is finally pressing on her spine. She still sees the affair partner, Greg, I think, but they fight loudly. One night, I heard them through our paper-thin walls. "You told me your husband didn't care." "He didn't. I didn't think he'd date Rachel." "Yeah, well, you're not the only one who can be replaced." Silence. Then the sound of a door slamming, then her sobbing. Rachel and I go public. We weren't trying to make a statement, but word got out, photos from a friend's wedding, a dinner at a mutual spot, her hand in mine at the park. No flashy displays, just peace. But my ex-wife took it as war. "So you're showing her off now?" "I'm living my life with her, with someone who never had to lie to me to feel powerful." She stared at me, eyes wet but burning. "You think she's better than me?" "I think she's not pretending to be someone she's not." That cut deep. She turned and walked away, the crumbling illusion, her fantasy of freedom. It came with baggage she didn't anticipate. Her affair partner turned out to be emotionally shallow and more interested in other open prospects than her. Her friends, most of them, took my side quietly. Some stopped inviting her altogether. Even her job, rumors had started swirling. One coworker, a mutual acquaintance, mentioned, "People don't trust her the same way anymore. It's like they've seen behind the curtain." And what she saw in the mirror now wasn't independence, it was loneliness. Meanwhile, with Rachel and I were planning a weekend getaway. We sat on a blanket by the lake, the sun dipping low, her head on my shoulder. "Do you ever think about the way this all started?" she asked. "Yeah, all the time." "Do you regret anything?" I smiled. "Only that I didn't see her true nature sooner." Rachel looked up at me. "She didn't deserve you. I hope she knows that now." I paused, glancing toward the horizon. "Oh, she knows. You wanted freedom. This is what it looks like." It was a quiet Saturday morning. I was cooking breakfast when the knock came at the door. I opened it. There she was, my ex-wife, disheveled, eyes red, hoodie 3 sizes too big. "We need to talk," she muttered. I stepped aside silently, not out of sympathy, just curiosity. She sat at the kitchen island like a ghost of herself. "I miss you," she finally said. I thought I wanted something wild, something different, but it was just stupid, all of it. I let her speak. "Greg's a joke. My friends don't even talk to me anymore. Rachel won't answer my messages. Everyone thinks I'm some sort of monster." She looked up, tears balancing in her lashes. "Please, can we try again? Can we go back?" I stared at her, calm and still. "You didn't want me. You wanted to win." "That's not true. Isn't it? You lied, cheated, humiliated me, and dressed it up as self-discovery. The only thing you discovered was that you were replaceable." Her face contorted like I'd slapped her. "You think Rachel's so perfect? She's not perfect. She's real. She didn't wait until she lost me to realize what I was worth." Silence. "You said you wanted freedom, so take it, fully alone." The final goodbye. She stood, shoulders slumped, and headed to the door. But before she left, I stopped her with one last truth. "You don't regret cheating. You regret that I moved on better than you did." She didn't reply. Just pulled the door shut behind her gently, like slamming it might break her even more. Peace at last. Later that night, Rachel and I watched a movie. I told her about the visit. "Did she cry?" she asked. "Tried to." I didn't flinch. Rachel smiled, leaned over, and kissed my cheek. "That's because you've already healed. She just hasn't started." Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. It's living well, loving better, and letting the one who wronged you drown in the weight of their own choices. She asked for an open door, and I gave it to her. Now she walks through it alone. Was this revenge perfectly justified? Tell us what you would have done in the comments below. Like the story, share it with someone who needs this energy, and subscribe.